Kettle introduces Einar and Thorfinn in the first scene of the show. He adds that until they can pay for their own freedom, he will give them a piece of land to work on and buy their wheat at a fair price. Einar, who vows to work as hard as he can, is surprised by this. Thorfinn refuses Einar's repeated requests for information about Kettle or the agreement. Thorfinn only acknowledges his Icelandic heritage once Einar admits he is from England. Thorfinn discloses that it is their responsibility to clear away the entire forest on their side of the river, despite the fact that he has already felled quite a few trees. Before they can even begin planting crops, leaving a lot of work to be done. Despite being instructed to take a day to unwind and observe, Einar starts working right away. He is obviously unsure of the proper method for felling trees, so Thorfinn gives him some pointers. When Einar asks Thorfinn how lunch works because he's hungry, he's surprised to learn that it will be served to him. He enthusiastically waits in line for his meal, only to discover that there isn't enough cheese or bread for him and Thorfinn. The delivery men respond angrily to his attempts to protest, telling him he's lucky to have food, and that he ought to be thankful that they gave him anything at all. As an altercation is about to break out because Einar won't agree, Thorfinn jumps in and thanks the men, helping to defuse the situation. This irritates Einar, who subsequently counsels Thorfinn against accepting it on the basis that he is a slave, but Thorfinn ignores him. The two keep working until dusk, chopping and shifting trees. By the end of their first shift, Einar's rage over the farmhands snatching their lunch had only risen. Thorfinn orders him not to tell Kettle when he insisted on doing so. Although Einar tries to do it anyhow, a stunning blonde woman traveling with Kettle prevents him from saying anything. The following day, Einar is shocked to learn that even Kettle participates in the harvesting of the wheat. He marvels when he witnesses Kettle yelling at his son Olmar for refusing to correctly cut wheat. Olmar becomes irritated and says he doesn't want the farm because he's going to become a swordsman one day as they debate about who will inherit the property in the future. He tries to take the sword off his back, but he is unable to do so, so he rides away ashamed. Later that night, after venting his resentment on one of the tenant farmer's daughters, Olmar discovers she is merely seeking to sleep with him in order to join his family and decides to leave. He encounters two inebriated farm workers who demand his company and coerce him into staying with them. Einar is awake in his cabin, unable to comprehend why Olmar would decide to go to war. He draws the conclusion that Olmar must not be aware of the true costs of fighting and is just motivated to fight because it appears cool. He describes to Thorfinn how his homeland was twice attacked by soldiers, which resulted in the death of his father. When Thorfinn doesn't answer, Einar questions if he's dozing off. He is unaware that Thorfinn is awake and recalls seeing his own village burn. What did you think of Vinland Saga Season 2 Episode 2 of the anime series? Comment below.